ain't got nothing against the VTuber music video. This feels like episode. I've been hacked. Who got into my Discord? How badly do we want to mess with the Grim Reaper? We're doing the demonetization speedrun now. Why are the cheapies so sassy? I knew this was festive. Never think something is too good to fail. You will be eating your own words. Hello once again, friends and gamers. So, we are once again back for video number 2 of the Choose Wisely Festival. I'll explain in a second. I do want to say, first of all, originally there were supposed to be 3 videos, but once again, for whatever reason, whenever we do these like indie game Steam events, I always plan a certain amount of videos and my schedule gets too packed and the last one ends up falling off the schedule. So, I mentioned this in the last video, but any games from the festival that I did not get to, including the ones that are supposed to be in the next video, will actually be added to my general backlog list. So I will get to them eventually, especially because so many of the devs as the part of this festival were very kind in giving me game keys. And so I will get to them eventually, just not during the festival. Because, fun fact, but this video is either going up on the 14th or the 15th, so there's a very strong chance the festival could be over by the time you are actually seeing this. I digress. The Steam page should still be up though, so you can still check out all of these games. And hey, better late than never. If you see this video a month from now and are like, I want to play that game that you're demoing, guess what? You can do that. Support indie games always. And one of the games we're playing today is free. So I got so excited when we rolled it, but you'll see the roll for it in a second. Anyways, what is Choose Wisely Festival? I am quote unquote co-streaming the festival, even though I'm not a streamer. So thank you so much to Studio Affiliate for inviting me. I hope you guys do this again next year because I really like this one. It's getting me to play a lot of games that are already on my backlog, a lot of games. Like the first game in this video is a game I've been wanting to play for years now. So I very much enjoyed this festival, even though I only got to doing 2 demo dives. But the Choose Wisely Festival, like I said, it went from December 8th to December 15th. Over 390 games participated. Out of those 390 games, I don't think I went through all the games because usually I go through and start picking through the list a couple weeks before the festival actually starts. As being like a co-streamer, I get early access to the list. And usually I kind of go through it early just to make sure, because I go through every single game. I go through every single game personally to make sure that I'm not including any games that use generative AI in any sort of way, or that the game itself just has a demo, because I need the demo to do the demo dive. And of that, I think I had just over 200 games that on my personal list. And we can't get to every single one, right? So that is where the random demo dives come in and we roll for a game. In this case, we did 4. Each game, if you're new here and have never seen a demo dive before, this is a series I've been doing on the channel for a couple of years now. Basically, what it has morphed into, because there's been a couple iterations of it. It's been a couple of years. What it has morphed into is that it's not a deep dive, it's a demo dive, meaning we're not here to see every facet of the game. Usually I'll play the game for 15 to 20 minutes. I set a timer. In this case, we're going to be playing 4 visual novels. They're all visual novels in this particular video. It just so happened last time we had some point and clicks and things. It just so happened this time they were all visual novels. And I'm very excited for this one. Like, I didn't know if I was gonna have time to do this video. That's why it's probably going up like on the last day of the festival, because I really, really wanted to do this video. But I'm not really looking to fully get into the game with usually I will skip story elements in these videos, but because all of these games are pretty story heavy, they're all visual novels, we actually will just be playing the first 15 to 20 minutes of the game. I'll set my timer for 15 minutes, but usually we go over by a little bit. We'll be playing the first 15 to 20 minutes of the game because I know the first game we're gonna play more of at some point. We're just starting it in this video, and it's kind of just getting my foot in the door with a lot of these. So that being said, because I yapped a bunch, thank you once again to Studio Affiliate, and let's get to that first roll. And you're gonna see in a second why I was so excited to record this video. You can probably tell from the title, because I probably included this game particularly in the title because I'm very excited for it. It also might have, since I recorded this clip, might have announced a sequel that I'm also very excited for, but you'll see in a second, don't worry about it. Welcome back. We continue to roll in video number 2, because I record all the rolls all at once because it takes a lot to set up. Anyways, we're gonna roll for game number 1 for today, which is 8. I know in the last video I made a thing where it's like the games actually felt, or like the numbers for the games actually felt varied. Maybe I'm eating my words already because this is like, we finished on 11 last time. So game number 8 on the list then. Oh, this is a game I've been wanting to play for years! Guys, our first game in this video, which you probably already saw from the intro, but for prosperity's sake, number 8 on the list is a little game called A Date with Death. This is a free, completely free. I believe Otome game visual novel. I have it in my library. It's literally been sitting in my library for years at this point. It came out in 2023. Yeah, it's been sitting in here for years. Actually, funnily enough, this came out December 7th, 2023, and I'm recording this on December 7th, 2025. So literally like 2 years. This has been sitting in my library. I was so hoping we would roll this so that I could finally play it. If you want to play this game, you can. It's totally free. And I have seen other VTubers play it, other content creators. I've literally been wanting to play this game for years, but it's just been sitting in my Steam library. Oh my God, I'm so excited for this game. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be so great. Also, happy anniversary to A Date with Death. This is perfect. I wasn't gonna record all of the demo dives today for Choose Wisely. I might just because I want to play this one really bad. I need y'all to know that this is gonna be so hypocritical. I had the cursor glitch in my OBS again, where if I have OBS open and I go to play a game with my cursor, it won't show up in the game, but it will show up in OBS. But I am so not normal about this. And I literally am playing in windowed mode right now and have it stretched out on OBS, so it looks like it's full screen, but it's definitely not. We're gonna play A Date with Death, which is awesome because I am in such like a romance novel mood today. I'm so excited for this entire video. You guys only know that we're starting with this, which is a huge heavy hitter, especially because Remnants was announced. So excited. I actually need to put that on my wish list, but I briefly opened this up because I thought there was a little pop-up when I opened the game and I thought it would be there. But I briefly opened this up and saw this is taking part in the Frosty mini that I also need to cover. So we're good, but A Date with Death. I think we should just get started because I just want to get started with this one. I'm gonna set up my timer and then we'll get started. I think my timer is kind of funky, but it's fine. Let's just start. I'm very excited. I think I have to read it. I'm not sure. I also do have streamer safe music on. And if I have to change the volume later, I will. I've heard so many good things about this game over the years and I'm so excited to play it. Oh, it's a full, they did the full, VTuber music video cutscene for the beginning of the game. Okay. Listen, I ain't got nothing against the VTuber music video. What are we doing? I'm VTuber. You've always been a perfectly ordinary person. Okay. Debatable. An ordinary person with an ordinary job and an ordinary apartment. That's just incorrect at this point. Y'all seen my apartment? Putting aside some of the strange occurrences that happen around you. Okay. My apartment is haunted, so who hasn't been involved in a train crash, a house fire, a hurricane, and a parachute-related skydiving issue, all in the span of a few months after all? Not that bad. It's not that haunted. It's pretty haunted, but not that haunted. You've always been this way. You found yourself in many unlucky situations, but come out unscathed every time. Oh, so death is watching over us. Awesome. That's why it's A Date with Death. Awesome. Friends and family have always called you lucky, but at this point, you don't even bat an eyelash at these occurrences. So, okay. A piano falls from a 6-story building above you? You simply step to the side. So the physical embodiment of death is keeping us safe. Awesome. You trip on your shoelace and fall down a flight of stairs. Not even a scratch. That would take me out. It's one of these unusually ordinary days when you arrive home and look into your mirror. Oh, he's gonna be right there. Awesome. What do you see? Oh wait, I heard there's a character. Yeah, there's character customization for this one. Yeah. Yeah, fun. I'm not moving around because we have things, but I think if my game froze. Oh, I'm just clicking around on things to play around because there's 2 different body types, and I think switching it. Okay, so what do we want? What do I usually wear? I feel I own both of these, a pink turtleneck and these shorts. I do own this outfit, but I'm not a big fan of shorts. So then there's a bunch more stuff in the DLC. This feels like episode. I've said this before. I love a button down with a turtleneck situation. We could also do a dress. I'm putting way too much thought and effort into this. We'll just do the pink turtleneck and the shorts. I might give this game a little bit of extra time for the sole purpose that I'm taking too long here. Are we gonna make my VTuber? Yeah, we have to do VTuber, right? So yeah, okay. I had a brief moment where I was like, do we do my IRL? No. So we have the pink. So maybe I should not do the pink shirt. Hold on. Give me a second. There's nothing purple though. Actually, the blue dress with the black turtleneck. Yeah, that kind of does it, doesn't it? Yeah. We cannot have pigtails, unfortunately. Oh, we can. Or do we just want to do long hair? Or like this? I do like this hair. But we also have long... give me a second. Is there any other bangs situations here? I feel like the good bangs are probably all in the DLC, yeah? They're all in the DLC. Like, this is cute. It's not perfect, but does it look good with the pigtails? Nah, I think we'll just do the original. We'll just do that. Yeah, that works. Brows are fine, just need to be purple. Although the purple's a little bit too bright. So we'll just go with that warm reddish brown. I can do both eyes. Awesome. We need the bug eyes first of all. So pink on one and blue on the other. Perfect. I'm having a great time. Oh my God, wait, I can give myself my little fangy, but then I'm like angry. This actually kind of works because I don't want to go too dark just because it doesn't look like natural, you know? But also too light and it looks like not right. Oh, that's fine. Sure. We have a nose. And then I can't do like my little face stars. So we'll just do a little mark instead. Yeah. Oh, you can do multiple. I'm like, what's the difference with all these? I'm like getting very confused. Oh, headpiece. So I can have my glasses. Can I do multiple here? I can stack. So I can have my pink headphones. We can be clair obscure. Kidding. Do the like piercing situation. I'm having so much fun with this. I love that you can stack things. This is like the ultimate pit crew. I don't think I'm gonna do the headphones just because it's like a bit too much. And then we have these ones. Very descriptive in how you actually like, I know this is like the descriptive part where you like pick like pronouns and stuff, but there's a lot of options like where you can pick like everything particular. I like that. But yeah, I'll move a little bit. There she is. There she is, right there. Next page. Ah, now we put in this stuff. I think we can leave last name blank and then we pick our favorite animal. Of these, we have a bunny, a cat, sphinx, dog, hamster, and snake. Listen, I think I'm gonna go with the snake. I know, I think in real life snakes would freak me out, but I like the concept of snakes. I do, so I'm gonna pick a snake. It's the demo. We're probably gonna restart this anyways. I don't know if demo progress. Wait, no, it's not the demo. This is the actual game. I didn't even think about that. Oh my God, wait. So this actually matters. Do we like this then? Do we like this situation? I think so. I think I'm okay with this. I'm gonna assume we can change it up later. I think I'm okay with this. Yeah, because I'm like, wait a minute, we can't change it. Yeah, okay. Oh no, I do have to pick a last name. So I'll just put do I have to do last name? I don't think so. I probably do, yeah. So if I just put a dot there, will it let me go on? Yeah, okay. Click here to input your character bio. You can update it along the way. I'd rather not finish editing. That's a lot of work. We can decorate our room too. Stop, this is so fun. Wait, so what does my VTuber room usually look like? I think the pink walls is the closest we're gonna get. Then we have the desk decor. I feel like this is probably closest because I kill plants, but then I love cute stuff. Bed color actually should also probably be pink. So then we can put up all like the little decorations. I'm gonna put up like everything. The fairy lights are a bit much. I like the Polaroids. I think the fairy lights on top are a bit much, but I love their fairy lights. I'm just gonna do them. We're gonna do them anyways. Plant lover set. Oh my God. Okay, the plants up there are actually quite nice. And then I like that there, so we're gonna get rid of those and those. I want you back. I'm gonna get rid of those giant fairy lights. It's a bit too much. We'll say they're fake plants. Oh, I do like that being there. And then those little things up there. The moons are nice. So yeah, I actually like that situation. So then we can do all the fairy lights on the top if we switch that. It's a bit much, but I love a fairy light, I do. The little good night is cute too. I love busy walls. Wait, books. We need books. Okay, yeah. As a big reader, I think that's just what we're gonna do. I'm keeping that bulletin board though, because I love a busy wall. I have a shelf like right above my bed like that. So, okay. I think this works. It is very pink, but that's just how my actual room is. Well, my VTuber room, but also IRL. My walls IRL are white, but if I could make them pink, I probably would. Complete. Literally, we are going into this with 4 minutes for the actual game. So we probably will play this much longer. So I have a laptop here. My trusty laptop. It was your first purchase for yourself after you moved out. Remembering how you saved to be able to afford the one you wanted brings a smile to your face. I have a snakey! Oh my gosh! They gave me a pet! Oh my God, we have to name our pet. Oh God, what do we name the snake? We'll do that later. Nope, I have to do it now. I don't know what to name this. You know what we need? Oh, no, we're naming our snake Hisabeth. Hisabeth, reverse 1999, you will always be famous. Wait, that is Hisabeth the snake. Comfortable bed. You're not tired yet though. You can't help but recall the day you bought this bed. First piece of furniture. So it got stuck. Oh, a ding comes from your laptop. Okay. You take a look at what you expected to be an email. Instead, you find yourself face to face with a strange app you've never seen before. It's giving Mystic Messenger. I love it. You look at it for a moment before hitting the X in the corner of the program. I'd be so much more concerned about this just because if a random app I never downloaded showed up on my computer, I'd be like, I've been hacked. Who got into my Discord? I'll deal with it later though. I would not be normal about that. So renovate appearance. Oh, I can change everything I want at some point. So never mind. Do we go to bed now? Not tired yet though. A second ding echoes through the room. I'm just trying to force the laptop at this point. Worried, you look back to your laptop screen. The app is once again open and flashing on your hotbar. You wonder for a moment if you'd somehow picked up some malware. I would immediately delete the app. So I can look at my plant. I can water my plant. Cutie. Oh, there's an achievement for that. You give your sprout a hearty drink. You swear you almost hear it saying thank you. The dings are coming much more frequently now. Someone or something wants your attention. You're not worried now. You're angry. I'd be worried and angry. I think probably more worried, but I have chronic anxiety. The dinging is starting to annoy you. For a moment, you contemplate throwing your laptop out of the window. Been there, not done that, but been there. But calm before you possibly commit a crime by dropping a laptop from the 5th story of a building and knocking someone out. We delete the app again. Oh, I can change the music? So what if I just change it? Nakoto. Like, what can I play with that like will get me somewhere? We have a bookshelf. Pick a new book to read. Oh, this is fun. Oh, The Wanderer. Is this like an actual book? If we didn't have 1 minute left, I'd want to read this so bad, but we'll have to read all the books. Hisabeth, it says her name on the thing. Oh, I pet Hisabeth. We can check on her. She's napping on the bed. She doesn't seem to want to go back into her enclosure. You leave her be for now. The dinging is now constant. You don't know how much longer you can put up with the sound. Perhaps it's time to check what's going on here. Girl, I would have checked a lot sooner. That's it, you think. You're going to commit a very bad act to this laptop of yours. I almost did that at work the other day. Not even gonna lie. You've halfway opened your window when you come to your senses and close the app once more. You quickly delete it from your desktop and empty your trash can. But 2 moments later, it reappears exactly where it was before and opens again. You think about the sketchy sites you've been on, but even that is hard to concentrate on past the constant dinging. You attempt to delete it again, but it won't delete anymore. So we try again, and nothing happens. You try again, but angrier, and nothing continues to happen. We have a virus now, and just to move the story along, I'm gonna click on the app. You click on the app, finally taking a good look at it. It's some kind of chat room. It looks somewhat retro. Whoa, here we go. Whoa, they did the thing. Soul number 8129. It's like a Discord ID. Stop. So the Grim Reaper says, "Foolish mortal, you shall evade me no more." And he talks in all like capital letters on the first word. Anyways, I have had enough of you fiddling around in your room and ignoring me. I have come to reap your soul. That is far more important. Hand it over willingly, for I am not here to play games. Answer me at once. Hello? I see you wish to ignore my demands. Foolish. Incredibly foolish. Please respond. Literally hit a please clap. Does it not work after all? Well, this is quite embarrassing. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello, testing. Also, the fake ads in the corner that my thing is covering. Hilarious. I have to censor part of this as well. Wait, can I give a status? Oh, I would need to actually input it. You can put your own status in. It's not just like a pick option. So we have 3 options. 1 being, is that an offer? 2, what is this app? Or 3, hello to you too. You know what? I'm gonna start messing with the Grim Reaper. Is that an offer, buddy? Look at my little ghosty. An offer? An offer for what? I shouldn't be making these jokes. I'm gonna get my own video demonetized. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, buddy. I'm literally cracking up at the ads on the side of the screen, like the fake ads. The Grim Reaper says, "Tell me at once." Or what? What if I don't? He says, or I shall take your soul at once. Well, you were gonna do that in the first place, buddy. I might as well have fun with it. Yeah, we say, isn't that what you threatened me with anyway? I'm gonna mess with the Grim Reaper. But seriously, is this a virus or something? I see why so many people like this game. This is so fun. The Grim Reaper says, "A virus? Do not be absurd. This is an application that I have created." You copied Discord, buddy. Yeah, question mark? Single female knights in your area. Stop, I'm just looking at the ads. For what? What is this ad? What is this app for? The Grim Reaper says messaging you specifically. So the Grim Reaper has been like, I don't want to say stalking us, because he is like a creature, omnipotent god situation. So it's like not really stalking, but it also probably kind of is. But like it's in a fantasy setting, so I don't hate it. Can you tell what type of books I enjoy? Yeah, why? Why are you messaging me? I don't even know who you are. I'm having too much fun with this. It's a little strange to message a random girl out of no. Wait, are you a bot? That's so much more fun. The Grim Reaper says, "A what?" And we say, you know, a bot. You know what a bot is? Beep, beep. The Grim Reaper says, "A robot? Don't be absurd. Robots anywhere near my level of charisma, charm, and good looks are not possible." Yeah, that sounds like something a bot would say, is what we say. The Grim Reaper confirms he is not a robot, and we say, robots say, huh? It's a little bit corny, but I love it. And he says, huh? Gotcha! It's a good thing I'm covering the fake ads because they really went in. They're like getting dirtier the more we sit here. The Grim Reaper says, I have not come here to play your games, mortal. So we ask, why are you here then? Because we are beginning to, all the like times we've cheated death are catching up with us. Grim Reaper says, I told you I have come to reap your soul. We can mess with them and say that, like, wait, what? Yeah, you said that once or twice, buddy. Can you actually explain what that means at this point? I do think it's funny that the Grim Reaper, like this like omnipotent god figure, would like type like an old person. I think it's fun. Yeah, is this a call for help? They say, do not belittle me. I am coming for what is owed to me, that is all. Well, yeah, because we cheated death so many times, but I think they were the cause of that. At least that's what I'm gonna tell myself. It would not do you well to get in my way, they say. Are you trying to threaten me or something? The Grim Reaper says, do you feel threatened by me? If so, then I am doing my job correctly. This bodes well. Yeah, and this job is... What's your job, sir? I'm sorry, there's a little fake ad on the side of the screen that says, realtors hate him, lived in a jar, rent-free. I love this scam. It's so goofy. The Grim Reaper says, thank you for finally asking. Beg me to tell you. I like started reading that and then I was like, oh my god, wait. I don't hate it. That's the problem. I don't hate it. Like, generally, something like this would make me go like, ah, but I don't hate it. Pretty please? Tell me pretty please. I'm just gonna start messing with them. The Grim Reaper says, to be honest, I wasn't expecting you to actually... They say, I am the Grim Reaper and I have come to claim your soul. Yeah, we have 3 options of right with various amounts of eyes. So I'm gonna pick the one with the most amount of eyes. The very condescending, right. Very normal, right. Totally reasonable thing to say to someone. But the second option then is, not gonna lie, not the weirdest scam someone's tried on me. That's so true. The amount of scam emails I get is a lot. There was this one time when I got a message from a time-traveling astronaut. I really hope that's a reference to like a different visual novel. Said I had to wire them money to preserve the space-time continuum. I want to mess with the other characters on the side here, but also I want to just finish this like chat section and then we'll be done with this video, or this section of the video. The Grim Reaper says, did you send them money? That sounds important. They would get scammed. Yeah, we say, somehow I'm not surprised you would fall for that. So what's the next one? Oh, the Grim Reaper says, what? It was a lie? And we say, yeah, I hope it was. The Grim Reaper says, now you're making me worry. This is not something to mess with. The options. How badly do we want to mess with the Grim Reaper? Because we can say, I'll keep that in mind, or that he's kind of baby girl coded. I think he's kind of baby girl coded. Listen, do I have to explain that? No, it's a vibe. I'm taking a water break. I'm getting very warm. My face is like so warm right now because I'm just blushing. The Grim Reaper says, what? What is that? What? Stop trying to distract me from the matter at hand. Your soul. Will you hand it over? I mean, I do have to ask. I do have to ask, sir. I mean, is this like a weird thing you like? He doesn't even know what that is. Like, are you just pretending to be the Grim Reaper, sir? Like, we're doing the demonetization speedrun now. Not the enemies to lovers, sweetheart. I gotta throw that in. I gotta throw it in. Gotta throw it in. But the Grim Reaper says this is no game of make-believe. Then can we get to the point, sir? This is a matter of utmost seriousness. Yeah, it's a little hard to take you seriously. The Grim Reaper says, why? And we say, maybe because you're literally a stranger on the internet. If you're the omnipotent god you say you are, why don't you just show up in my room, huh? The Grim Reaper says, everyone is a stranger before you meet them. And we say, most people don't claim to be a mythological creature, you know? Like, prove it, sir. Prove that you're a mythological creature. I'm not opposed to a creature, but like, prove it. The Grim Reaper says, because they are not, I am. And we say, I don't usually respond to spam messages like this, but I'm having fun with it. Now I'm thinking I should, because this is fun. I'm not responding to your spam. I'm not doing this in real life. Anyway, do you seriously think you're the Grim Reaper? The concept of the Grim Reaper reaping souls via Discord chat also is like frying me. The Grim Reaper just says, excuse me. Oh, is it kind of cringe? Yes, but I do think it's funny. But also, do we want to mess with the Grim Reaper and say it's cute? It's funny, at least. You've made me laugh, so that's nice. Literally, we're almost at half an hour on this. I'm like, but I want to know like when to cut it off, but also I don't want to like stop in the middle of something because I don't know if it saves. The Grim Reaper says, I am not trying to make you laugh. And we say, you should try being less funny then, LOL. There's also a fake ad on the bottom of the screen about cat girls kissing in elevators, and I kind of love it. The Grim Reaper asks, what about me is funny? And we say, pretty much everything. Mr. Grim Reaper, LOL. They say you mock my title now. Yeah, kind of. I've been doing it the whole time, buddy. It's more of light teasing, I would say, though. So we can do quick question. Wait, quick question. What's our quick question? Do you walk around being like, I am death in real life too? I'm having so much fun. The Grim Reaper is confused, so we get to pick a fun little death in darkness. There's the fake ad on the corner now says he has 97 mental illnesses and is banned from most public spaces. And like the meme font, the impact font. I'm loving this game and like the little fake ads. It's so good. You do, don't you? You do that, don't you? Yeah. Yeah. Can't talk. Stunned silence, sir. Have I stunned you? I think so. You give off dresses and all black vibes. Listen, I can't talk because I'm wearing all black right now. But like, I mean, the hair thing is kind of funny. Do you hide behind long bangs? I think I can imagine you completely. If only we could meet to confirm my suspicion. Don't meet with creeps on the internet, first of all. But like, I would like to see the creep on the internet. The Grim Reaper says I will not be mocked by a mortal. And we continue to mock the Grim Reaper. Did I hurt the scammer's feelings? The Grim Reaper says, when did I scam you? Why do you keep calling me a scammer? Because I don't know you. You're giving me a complex over here. Are we gaslighting the Grim Reaper? Have I hurt your little dead heart? This is so fun. Oh, the Grim Reaper says, what makes you assume I am dead? Isn't that like his whole thing? That he's dead? The Grim Reaper is like the dead guy. He's the dead one. He's like dead, right? The Grim Reaper says, another foolish assumption. Know this. I shall make it as painful as I can for you. Bro, what do you mean by that? Your disrespect has been noted. We're just having fun. Hey, yeah, like, chill out. Since reaping your souls is your job and all, I have a question. I should have just agreed to play this for an hour because that's where we're at right now. Do you make a killing? The text smiley face is so good. The Grim Reaper says, I hate you so much, which is so good. That was the point. That was the goal. You would quiver under my gaze before I granted you death. I don't know about that, buddy. Using the word quiver was certainly a choice. It's funny because the like protagonist character, I feel like, is just as annoying as I am in real life. Like the protagonist is written like how I talk, and I think that's what's making this so fun. Yeah, fine. Oh, the Grim Reaper says I would like to see you and try to insult me to my face. Yeah, video call me then. Do it. Do it scared. Coward. Bet. Unless the little Weeper is too scared. Do it scared. The Grim Reaper says they're never scared. Then do it. Oh, incoming call. I only have the option to accept it, so sure. Anything to say for yourself. God, I am anything but scared of facing a mortal such as yourself. God. All right, how about should we want to mess with the Grim Reaper? Because they are cute, right? Sure. Excuse me, the Grim Reaper says. Cute is not a word I would use to describe myself. It's a word I would use. It's a word I would use, though. Kittens and puppies are cute, they say, but they are not. So what word would you use then, we ask? Okay, all right. Gorgeous. Okay. They say simply to use your eyes and you'll see for yourself. Well, I was also kind of correct. Yeah, someone seems to be very sure of himself. They say obviously. And we say I really was picturing jet black hair though. Listen, I love the white hair, so. Is it usually black? Do you bleach it or something? They say, why would I waste my time doing that? So is the white hair natural then? They say, of course, don't apply human logic to that which you don't understand. Okay, okay. Or can you not help yourself? Listen! Listen! All right, do we want to be forward about it? Yeah. I'm gonna keep calling him cute until I get killed. You're plenty cute. He says I'm incorrect, but like, look at him. You aren't exactly Reaper-like, are you? So let me rephrase. You don't look like a Grim Reaper at all. They say, excuse me. And we say you are just a normal dude. You're just a guy. Pretty guy though. How many times do I have to tell you, they say, that you're the Grim Reaper, we finish? The thing is, I don't believe you. Like, I don't. Yeah, no need for the face, brother. Of course I'm not gonna believe you. They say I'm simply surprised that you could be so naive. Prove it! It's a video call! You could be AI generating this for all I know. This has no AI in it, by the way. I'm the Grim Reaper in charge of ferrying souls. So you're still saying it? Really? I really can't tell if you're being serious or not. I'm not really interested in being whisked off into the afterlife or whatever you're offering. Nor am I interested in entertaining your strange fantasy. They said the best! They say you're insufferable, which I've been trying to be insufferable. I'm here for the sole purpose of harvesting your soul. Your opinion on the matter hardly matters to me, they say. Think what you want about me and my role. It changes nothing. Okay. I don't want to hang up the call. Literally, this demo dive's gonna be 2 hours long because I spent an hour on this one game. Okay, quick question. Aren't people meant to be, you know, dead for the Reaper to come after them? I'm still very much alive. He says desperate times call for desperate measures. Right, okay, makes total sense. Yep. They say don't look at me like that. It's not like I chose this fate for you. Why do we have messages from the Grim Reaper while we're doing the video chat? I'm just here to do the dirty work, unfortunately, they say. Don't shoot the messenger and all that. Okay. You mean this one where I look at you like you've lost your mind? They say I have been 100% truthful to you. Yeah, who wouldn't believe a stranger on the internet? Yes, the man video calling me is definitely the Grim Reaper here to take my soul, for sure. He says sarcasm. Here, I thought that was above your mortal mind. Nah, I am a big fan of sarcasm, actually. I couldn't even get that line read because I looked at this kid. Anyways, yeah, it seems you know a thing or two about sarcasm as well. He says, really, how did you notice? You are truly infuriating. Did you know that? Yeah. I try. Thank you. I also just noticed the scythe in the corner. He says it was not a compliment. I take it as one, though. You know how to make a girl smile. He says, how did I get lumped in with someone so annoying? Because I try to be annoying. Yeah, I heard that. He says you were supposed to. I didn't whisper it, did I? So now what? Yeah, whatever. More like I'm stuck with you anyway. You and your weird ass typing. Stop. We mentioned the typing thing. Oh, he types like an old person. You're one of those things. A homestuck. This is what in the 9 circles of hell is a homestuck brother you don't want to know. Don't ask. Free yourself. Get out while you still can. Yeah, you really don't know. The all-knowing Grim Reaper has never heard of homestuck? Oh my god, not the homestuck reference. Yeah, if you don't know, it's way funnier. So why do you type like that? He says, what about my typing is confusing to you? Can we say he types like an old person? Yeah, the weird capitalization thing on every single word. He says, is that not common? And we say, it's not common at all. Not at all. I thought you were doing it as part of the weird Reaper getup. He says, you mean to tell me I do not type correctly? The message says, allow me to go perish. Let's actually deal with these messages now. So yeah, huh? What about that? Okay, so we can send that one. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm telling you though. And he says, how embarrassing. I do not type correctly. Oh, and he just ended the call? Yeah, what'd you hang up for? I was having fun. Hello, little Reaper. I was finally having fun. Come back. Is he still online? I don't know. Yeah, why'd you leave? I can teach you how to type. Oh, now he's not capitalizing anything. Well, that actually makes more sense. That's how I type, actually. So he says, with absolutely no capitalization, there is no particular reason, none whatsoever. So yeah, I'm not trying to make fun of you or anything, but we're actually gonna make fun of you now. It's still not right. He's trying. Well, I guess I'll go then. If you're not gonna say anything, I guess I'll go. Oh my god, another call. I was actually gonna end the video. I was actually gonna end this segment. Stop. Look at him. Are you embarrassed? It is kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. He says the way I type is unimportant to the matter at hand. Razor Cortex, leave me alone. I'm talking to the Grim Reaper. Just hand over the soul so we can be done with this. Make me hand over my soul, brother. Yeah, I thought we were moving past the whole soul thing. He says, no, there is no moving on until the deed is done. Yeah, too bad. It's my soul. I'm keeping it. And like I said, I don't believe you. I mean, it's been fun messing with you, but the Grim Reaper isn't real. It's a myth. And he says, do I look like a myth to you? I mean, kinda. Maybe it's the white hair and the red eyes, but I mean, you look like a very pretty stranger. But the Grim Reaper isn't real. He says, and I'm telling you, I'm quite literally. And we can interrupt him and say, I get it. I feel like we'll keep going in circles at this rate. So how about a bet? I like the sound of that. Or maybe more like a deal. He says, you have my attention. Continue. So over on the messages here, which I don't know why it has the video chat and the messages. I feel like that's a little bit overkill. So there was a message that says, consider my interest piqued. So we can say, someone likes pets, huh? Back to the video chat then, we can say, if what you claim is true, then you should have no problem taking a soul, right? He says, correct. I have taken many souls. We say, I'll allow you a free pass to my soul if you can take it. I'll hand it over happily. Or I'll let you and I'll only put up a small fight. I like that. That's more fun. Just a little one. Promise. And he says, take it I shall. Did I get another messages? No. Yeah, we'll see about that. I'll give you a week. That should be no problem from the Grim Reaper. No. He says a week. You shouldn't underestimate me. I need only a day, an hour. And we say, oh, then why are we both here? Like, actually, are you struggling? Are you struggling, sir? He says, fine. A week it shall be. I am honor bound by my very soul to accept the outcome of such a deal. And I am what? I'm not honor bound, but you can trust me. Trust. He says that remains to be seen. And we say, but if you can't, he says, the Grim Reaper says, what do you ask for? And we think about it. We can ask to marry him. I want his soul though. Soul for a soul. He says, I suppose that makes it fair. I hadn't expected that anyone would ever come after my own soul, I must admit. Are you scared? He laughs and says, I am scared of nothing. Okay. Yeah, except for typing incorrectly. He says, I agree to your deal. If I cannot take your soul in the next week, then my soul shall belong to you. Out of interest, what do you plan to do with it? And then over on the messages side, we did get one that says you will regret this deal. And we say, we'll see about that. And I haven't decided what I want to do with your soul yet. I don't want the soul baby, but I haven't decided yet. He says, I suppose it's of little consequence. You won't be getting it. And we say, you don't know that, because I'm going to do whatever I can to get it. So he says, you have no hope. Perhaps you should save us all some time and give up already. No, we're not going to do it today, but I am going to do it. We say, you wish it was that easy. I don't lose, which I do lose. But he doesn't need to know that. He says, your soul will be my ultimate prize. That's a bit weird, don't you think? It will yield itself to me and it will be beautiful. That's weird. That's weird. We're getting weird. Yeah, that's kind of morbid. He says, taking a soul is never morbid. And we say, so say you do win. Well, we make a special date of it. I'm gonna mess with them again. If it's going to be beautiful, like you said it was, we could start the night with a movie. Oh, some wine. I don't drink, but and he says it's not a date. Yeah, it's a damn shame. Anyway, as fun as this is, we say, it's getting kind of late. Yeah, I've been doing this for 46 minutes. This is supposed to be 20. We can't all waste our time messaging random people on the internet. He says this would have taken much less time if you had done as you were told. No, I'm not. Yeah, we ask about that. And he says, yes. I don't usually follow orders from strangers, yeah. He says, perhaps you should. No, you shouldn't, actually. Yeah, I'll pass, actually. He says, somehow I knew you would respond like that. You really are ever so difficult. Thank you. I like being difficult. We say it's part of my charm. You'll have to get used to it. He says, or you can refrain from being so troublesome. Nah, that would make your job too easy, we say. He says, my job is never easy, though it is also not usually this difficult. So I guess I'm that special. I'm just that special. And he says that remains to be seen. At the moment, you are just a pain in my side. Thank you. You know what? He says, you are dismissed. He did send us another message saying off to bed immediately, but this was fun. We're having fun. Yeah, what about being dismissed? He says, do you not understand the word? You can go, please. You're allowed to end the video call. But I was having so much fun. He says, I usually have that effect on people. You shut up right now. It is time for you to get your due rest. Oh, so you're acting like you care now. He says, you'll need your rest, else our competition won't be as fun. Okay. You can just say sleep well, you know. You can just say good night. Good night, little Reaper. Stop. The call's ended. Ah. Yeah, so wait a second. But going back to the chat, wait a second. How did you know my name? Also, the direct messages here changed. The Grim Reaper says, how indeed? I never told you my name, even though I put it in the game. He says, I wonder how exactly I could have known then. It's not like I have a big list sitting in front of me with your name circled at the bottom. Wait, I love that we have one option now. You circled it? Ah. And we just get a good night, an angry good night. Night. Sleep well, Grimmy. Stop, Grimmy. I love that. I'm using that now. Oh, wait, can I change my username? Probably, yeah. The Grim Reaper says why. Yeah, I just want to. Right? I don't like being soul number 8,129. But he says I can, so easier to convince than I expected. So what can I pick? He says, did you want me to say no or something? What about my picture? Can I change that too? I love my little ghostie though. The good little ghostie's cute. I'm not even reading that line. I'm not even reading it, but I don't hate it. Yeah, just for you. We got the features. Yippee! Cute. Okay, what do we have? We have options. We have options. I love this little pumpkin. The egg is funny. I like this one. And then I'm just gonna change the username to my actual username. Done. Hey. Thanks, Grimmy. Night night. So cute now. He says you can click your little picture to change it whenever now. I worked that quickly. You may be impressed. Enjoy. Night. Also, this is really funny because there was a Slay the Princess, there was one of the fake ads, there was a Slay the Princess ad. After a restless night's sleep, you wake up and head off to work. The day passes uneventfully, but you can't get your mind off the strange things that happened last night. That man certainly wasn't the Grim Reaper, but you can't deny that something felt special about him either. You're thinking about him as you begin to walk back to your apartment. It's dark out, you finished work later than usual today. You believe that's why you didn't see the banana peel someone had left on the sidewalk. Oh no, I see where this is going. You slip over just in time to see a heavy metal beam fall from a construction site directly overhead. It falls towards you at a rapid pace. We gotta roll to the side. You roll to the side just in time. The metal beam clanks to the ground beside you. I'm curious if I had said nothing if the Grim Reaper would have come and saved me, or it would have just game overed. You blink a few times in surprise, then stand. Just another normal day, huh? You walk for a little while longer and finally arrive back at your apartment. I like it at nighttime, it's cute. So we are gonna be done. We're gonna hit a save right there, but we are gonna be done with the game for today. We will lose unsaved progress, but I literally just hit a save. That was day one. It took me 52 minutes, and this video is gonna be a pain in my ass to edit now, but this game is so good. I've been hearing stuff about this game, like, not nonstop for the last, like, 2 years that it's been out, but I've heard so much about this game. And I'm so happy to have finally been able to play it because it's been on my backlog for so long. And obviously, it's a play. Obviously, we're going to do the rest of the days. I don't know how we're going to split it up. I might do a day per video just so we can mess with it entirely because there was features I wanted to play with that we didn't really get to play with. But that was day one. And we're going to move on to our next role because we need to get a move on. I'm going to be very strict with the rest of the games at this point. But the rest of the ones we're playing are demos. This was a full game. So fingers crossed. This is going to be a very long demo dive. I apologize, but mostly to me editing. But anyways, we move. It's a play, obviously. And the second one, Remnants, is also probably going to be a play. And I also saw I think they released a little plushie. They released a new plushie. I need plushies of these characters immediately. Thank you. All right, we're already off to a great start with this video. We now have the lucky game for the video, which is video game number 2 for video of games number 2. So we're gonna generate our number, 132. Okay, lots of 2s. I feel like that's good luck. So what's 132 on the list? We had like a great run so far on this video. 132 is a game called Heart of the Woods. Okay, let's look this one up really quickly just to make sure it's available. I'm not downloading these ones right now, just because. Okay, this has been out. This is gonna be fun. So we're revisiting a studio we've already played games from before, which is Studio Elan. They release a lot of like really cool visual novels, usually really cool queer visual novels, which like, hell yeah, brother. But this is going to be a fantasy Yuri visual novel, so I'm very excited. I'm not downloading these ones as we go, particularly because I have to, this is for video number 2 and I don't want to have too many things on my PC all at once. But this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be really fun. This game came out in 2019, so we're like revisiting a lot of games today. It seems like that might be the theme for this one. But let's get into it. Okay, we spent way too much time at the Date with Death, so this is actually a demo. Heart of the Woods. Doing a full switch now from Pretty Demon Man to Yuri, which I'm totally fine with. Let's just immediately start. In this demo, you have the option to enable some adorable chibi guides to bridge the gaps between scenes, provide context, and inform you of assets that are subject to change. I think this game has been released, but this is a demo released before the release sort of hit. We think they're pretty great, but if you'd prefer to just play through the scenes themselves, you have the option to keep them off. Give me the chibis. Cute! We have marketable plushies of Tara and the co-host who... Do I want to dox myself right now? I think I'm going to do it because this is going to be funny the whole time if I don't address the elephant in the room. But fun fact, let me just say that, because I know what a lot of people think this, my real life name is not Maeve. But it might be on this screen right now, just say that. If you've been around for a long time, you probably know it. Anyways, so these are our demo guides. And we're gonna skip ahead a little bit. If the devs don't have an asset done or something like that, we're going to tell you in advance. I love when devs play into the fact that it's a demo. Or someone who gets her hair dyed at a salon but insists on cutting it in the bathroom herself in order to ensure she has complete control over her own unique style. I don't think you have any right to lecture me about fashion. Why are the cheapies so sassy? I'm sorry. What is happening? Oh, okay, so now we have the actual assets now. So this is Tara. Tara's the one with the red hair. She says, next up, we've got Bigfoot Forever, who asks, are you single? Hold on, let me bump down the music a little bit more. Return. So is this like a radio? I went into this knowing nothing. I'm assuming that I guess maybe they're like YouTubers? It's in first person. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a live stream. Okay. Turn down the music like a bunch. Or do we just want to read in first person? It's a demo, so I'm just gonna read in first person to like speed it up. I roll my eyes. We always get a few comments like this when we do a live stream. They never seem to bother Tara though. She says yes, but only because I'm saving myself for Nessie. Do I want to know who Nessie is? As she looks at the next question, her eyes widen and her mouth turns upward into a worryingly smug grin. Are we like the manager then? Oh, Tara says our next question comes from Damn Good Coffee, who asks, is Maddie single? The producer. Oh no. As she turns off frame to look at me, that's really funny that that's who we're playing as, I instantly raise my hands in protest. We say don't. Before I can finish my sentence, she leaps from her chair and grabs my arm, pulling me towards her and nearly knocking the camera over in the process. As the shock starts to wear off, I struggle to get away. It's no use. Her vice-like grip is impossible to escape from. We say hey, and Tara says, you think someone this cute would have a girlfriend by now? I love them. I continue to fight in vain to escape, but she's locked in. But Tara says, she's available, ladies. You've still got a chance. This is so goofy. I'll pass any love-filled confessions onto her, I promise. And we say, please don't do that. Her bit finished, she lets me go and I retreat to my chair. She knows I hate being on camera. But I suppose it can't be helped. When she's in the zone, nothing can stop her. It's impressive in its own right. Tara says, let's see. Clown Princess 20 asks, what is your favorite West Coast cryptid? She gets really close to the camera then and says the Fresno Nightcrawler. It's just pants. It's just walking pants. I love it. It's kind of good, actually. Okay, so it seems like Tara is like a cryptid YouTuber or something. She says, hang on, I'm posting a link to my video on it. Take this opportunity to educate yourself on what's really important in life. The pants. The walking pants. Looking at the clock, I motion for her to wrap it up. We still haven't gotten to the trip details. Tara says, okay, looks like we've got time for one more. Fun assassin, like fun assassin, says, what's the gayest cryptid? You know, valid question. Her mouth widening into her trademark grin, she jabs her thumb toward herself before poking two fingers out toward the camera. And she says, me, obvious. Why do I love and simultaneously hate this? Watching the chat on my phone, I can't help smiling as I see the feed flooded with hearts and tiny rainbow flags. She always knows how to finish strong. That's cute, the little effect though. Once the chat starts to calm down, she puts on a mock serious face, pursing her lips and furrowing her brow slightly. If I'm being honest, that's probably the closest to actually being serious she could ever possibly get. She says, now then, the reason I've called you all here today is to give you a few details about our upcoming trip to, and she looks at me for help, but I don't even know why to bother. And we're going to Eisenfeld, apparently. I don't know what that specifically is, but it probably is like a location in the game, obviously. I give her an absent-minded thumbs up, not looking up from my phone. Someone has to handle the actual logistics of this thing. Tara says, obviously, this isn't our first supernatural expedition. I'm sure you all remember our incredibly thrilling Mothman hunt, and I'm happy for the Mothman mention, because that is one of my favorite cryptids. I know it's basic, but I do like Mothman. We say, you mean running around West Virginia in the dark and nearly getting arrested for trespassing without finding a shred of evidence? Tara says, I wouldn't say we didn't find any evidence. I just think it's impossible to verify whether or not what we found was conclusive proof or not. Anyway, the reason this trip is a little different is because we're going to be gone for a while. Our host, Morgan, shout out to you if you're watching this, Morgan, was kind enough to offer us an extended stay in the area to make sure we take in every last bit of magic the forest has to offer. The reminder of the time commitment fills me with a wave of regret. I really should have put my foot down harder when I said I didn't want to go. Taking a week-long trip here, and there is one thing, but to uproot and move to some cabin in the middle of the freezing wilderness is a big ask, even for her. But I suppose, given the circumstances, this should at least soften the blow. Tara says the other big difference for this trip is, and I hope you're all bracing yourselves, we won't be uploading videos until we get back. And we watch her try not to smile as crying emojis fill the chat. Nothing more validating than knowing people are going to miss you while you're gone, I guess. That is, damn. But Tara says, I promise we're gonna bring back something that'll be worth the wait. As she launches into an in-depth history of supernatural forest phenomena, I start to tune out. I've got some much more immediate problems to think about. Namely, how the hell I'm going to keep Tara in check during this trip. The last thing I need is for her to cause trouble while we're stuck in the middle of the woods. The train coming once a month means if things go south, that could lead to weeks of headaches and awkwardness, or worse. It would be so much easier to just let her go off on her own, let her clean up her own mess. I'd give just about anything to stay back here, even if it would be significantly more boring without her around. But cleaning up her mess is basically my job description, for now anyway. And I think we're interrupting something because we get back to Tara and she says, no, Sasquatch sightings are typically reported in more mountainous areas, but I'll keep my eye out for one. One last thing, and this is very important. While I'm gone, just remember that I seriously do love each and every one of you. None of this would be possible without all of you, and not being able to have you all be a part of my life for a whole month is going to be as hard as it is. It's hard for me as it is for you. So there's another flood then of hearts and pride flags. Don't know where the pride flag came out for this one, but like the hearts make sense. I can't help being a little jealous of the fact that she can say things like that and actually mean it. I can't imagine being that invested in something like this. Even if she's probably overestimating how important she might be in these people's eyes, I'm sure it means something to them. Just another reason for me to feel guilty about what I'm about to do. I suppose I'm thankful that I don't mean as much to them as she does, or this would be even harder. Oh, are we gonna quit? And then there's the whole thing is like, no, don't quit. Be my girlfriend instead. So Tara says, until I return, stay spooky, everyone. She waits for one last burst of reverent comments before ending the stream. The responses are probably exactly what she was hoping for. We love you, Tara! And then there's like all the messages. No wonder her ego is as massive as it is. Much as I hate to admit it, I'm sure I'd be the same way. I don't know though, because I feel like I have like the opposite of a big ego. Maybe it's a big ego thing to say that, but like I always underestimate like how well I'm doing, so you know? Anyways, she flicks the camera off, like turns it off. Not the best choice of wording, and leaps from her chair, clearly still filled with energy. Also, I don't like turning the camera off like that. Like if you're ending the live stream, you'd be like, that'd be an OBS, but I guess because if you're using a DSLR, you do have to turn that off separately. So okay, fine, sure. They got a fancy live stream setup. They're not using a Logitech webcam from 10 years ago like I am. Anyways, Tara says, okay, let's get ready for this thing. We say, what do you mean? And Tara says, for starters, I need to start packing. Yeah, we say we leave on Monday. You haven't started packing yet. I don't pack until like the night before because I absolutely despise packing. I love traveling, but I hate packing. And honestly, truly, after, because I've said this before, but I had surgery earlier this year. And after that, I've just like become so, I don't know if it's lazy or I'm just like, I don't want to travel, actually. I think it also might be because I've developed a fear of planes, but there is that. But like leaving on Monday, it sounds like we have plenty of time to pack. Oh my gosh. Tara says, you're right, I can pack then. You gotta pack at least on Sunday. Like if you're leaving Monday, you have to pack like mostly on Sunday, and then you can pack like the incidentals and things the morning of, and then you'll probably forget your toothbrush. So just make sure to pack a spare toothbrush, like in a random bag, like put a travel toothbrush in your computer bag or something, just so it's there. That's what I do. Or I put it like in my makeup bag while I'm doing my makeup and stuff, so it's just in there, you know? Anyways, we tell her to pack now. Tara agrees, and her burst of energy now effectively redirected, she starts dashing around the room, randomly grabbing clothes off the floor and throwing them into a suitcase. I need to stop letting her leave her laundry in my room. Tara can't find her meds, which like relatable, and we say, that's one of those things you really shouldn't have to ask me, you know? It's kind of important. She says, do you though? And we let out a long sigh and rub our temples. We guarantee that Tara-induced headaches are going to be the death of us. And I've now switched to using the we, us pronouns. Anyways, we say they're downstairs in the kitchen on the counter. And Tara says, you're the best manager ever. The words hit like a slap across the face, our stomach nodding with guilt. We still haven't told her that we're quitting after this. We keep meaning to, really, but we just know she's not going to understand. She's going to take it personally. I mean, if we have another job, there's no way we can tell her we're quitting without her thinking there was something she could have done to stop it. Also, I feel like it makes more sense to use the I pronouns. Anyways, I can't just wait until we're already out there to tell her this is going to be the last time I do this with her. I have to do it beforehand. I should just do it now, get it over with. Tell her it's about school, not her. Tell her I'm conflicted about the whole thing and it's not something I'm taking lightly. Tell her I just need to move forward with my life. And I feel like this is very, like, understandable. Not that any of it would make a difference. Like, it makes sense. So we were, like, zoning out. Tara says, are you okay? You kind of spaced out for a minute there. And we say, yeah, we're fine. Or I'm fine. Sorry, just thinking about the trip. And Tara says, you and me both. It's gonna be awesome. Not sure about that. It's probably gonna be very tense. And we say, I'm sure it will. With that, she's off again, nearly vibrating with excitement as she tears the room apart, grabbing all sorts of random things that are apparently extremely necessary for the trip. I can only imagine what she's going to do in her own room. So that was our room. Can't tell her now. I don't want to ruin this moment for her. Tonight, maybe, or tomorrow. We're not going to tell her until, like, we're not telling her until we are in that cabin. Snowed in. I just hope that at least a part of her understands. And that is actually the start for chapter 1, meaning we're gonna cut the demo here. I feel like stopping at the beginning before the actual chapter hits makes sense. I will do a save slot just in case, because I would like to come back to this, I think. Maybe not immediately, but it's not like the premise, because I knew it was gonna be something like snowy, right? But I wasn't particularly expecting cryptid YouTuber and the cryptid YouTuber's manager. You know, like, this was not what I was fully expecting. Like, this really wasn't what I was expecting at all. Also, this character this is not Tara. Is there other characters? Hold on, am I about to, like, spoil it for myself by looking on the Steam page? Maybe. Abigail. Oh, okay, I did spoil it for myself, but I was very curious. Ghosts are involved, okay. You know, I don't love the demo prologue, but looking at the spoilers on the Steam page, I do want to know more about this one. It's going to be a play, but it might take a minute to get to. I would like to play it, though. Yes, yes. Not the premise or the setup I was expecting, though, that's for sure. Game number 3. What's it going to be? Game number 3 is 102 on the list. So 102 is a game that I think I received multiple emails about, but I think I might have to go. Ooh. The demo for this game is going to be available tomorrow. It's available early on itch. I think I'm just gonna wait and record this one particularly tomorrow. Even if I decide to do a date with death today, then it's fine. But the next game we're gonna be playing, I got a couple of different emails from the devs about it, so I'm excited to actually get into it. Also, it's festive. Merry Crisis. This is another visual novel. Big visual novel day for us. Is it? I think it's festive because it's like merry, but I don't see anything about Christmas. Curious. I'm curious if this. Okay, it looks like it takes place with there's snow. I see snow, so I'm gonna believe that it is festive, or like at least mildly festive. Oh, the demo is available. Okay, cool. All right. Maybe it's an updated one. I don't know. It's up now, so that's fine. We can record this today. But I'm happy we got to get to this one because I got at least one email, maybe 2 about it. We're actually getting the games I needed to play this time. Because the ones I rolled for the last time, we did a big demo dive like this. It was mostly like, these aren't the games I wanted to roll, but they're the ones I needed to roll. But these ones they're the ones I wanted and needed. There's no sound on this demo to start, so I want to just hit start to like get it started. I don't know what to expect. Okay, there's the sound. Probably an early demo, I would assume. So we have player setup first. Okay. There are 3 romanceable characters in the game, all of them gender selectable. Interesting. Huh. Well, I'm okay with bold, so we do custom. So our recent ex, and it said also our flatmate. So I'm thinking that would probably be a woman if that's like our roommate. The first love you've lost touch with can be a guy. Sure, we'll just randomize it. Oh wait, what was this one? Oh no, back. Your neighbor's new tenant. Do we flip a coin? Yeah, we'll flip a coin. Hold on, I'm opening up Chrome to flip a coin. Coin flip. I'm not gonna record it, but heads is guy, tails is lady. We got tails. All right, flatmate's a woman. I'm like, heads and tails. We picked one of each. Let's go. So we have the prologue. We'll see how far we get in the prologue because we spent way too much time doing our date with death. So it's December 23rd. Merry Christmas. I knew this was festive. It's called Merry Crisis. You sprint down the street. There'd been an earlier sprinkling of snow 2 days ago, and the streets are still slippery with patches of black ice. Listen, I know if you live in a place that doesn't get cold, you probably don't know what black ice is, but it's like the ice you can't see, so it's like the ice underneath the snow, and that'll kill you. I've been wiped out by black ice before, right? And I was a figure skater for 15 years. It's absolute madness to be running full tilt the way you are, but nobody bats an eye. New York City is full of people who are late to something or another. That's very true. I've not been to New York City, but my family is from there, so, or like grew up there. They're not really from there, but they grew up there. In your case, your flight to Singapore is in less than 3 hours, and you still need to grab your stuff from the apartment. Yeah, let's slow down. I've had my fair share of wipeouts on Black Ice. We're gonna slow down to avoid falling flat in our face. You figure that if you end up as roadkill, you definitely won't make it for Christmas dinner. Your mother's already mad enough that you're visiting for only a week, so you don't want to know how she'd react if you don't come home at all. 'Cause literally, if, like, sorry, I'm not coming to Christmas because I fell on Black Ice and I'm in the hospital. Like, you're a yard away from your apartment building when two very familiar hairy things burst out of the front door and charge towards you. Doggies! Listen, I have wiped out on Black Ice because of my neighbor's rabid dogs before. It's not fun. These doggies, these look like good doggies though. They leap straight at you, yapping noisily, knocking you off balance. You take a step back, right into a patch of ice. You flail frantically in the blind hope of catching a nearby railing. Whoa, you say. Unfortunately, someone catches your arm before you faceplant into the sidewalk. Is this the new neighbor? 'Cause she's pretty. I love her earrings. Oh, this is our ex. It's Nat, your housemate. She says, I'm so sorry. Kehoe and Liz are dashed out before I could clip their leashes on. That's just a thing that happens. I've helped when there's been a couple of times that my next door neighbor, that's happened with her dogs. And so anytime I hear her yelling out in the hallway, I like pop my head out. It's happened a couple of times. So I'm just like, hey, bestie, you need some help with the dogs? Because my neighbor also has 2 dogs. The dogs wag their tails and beam at you, completely unrepentant despite their role in your near-death experience. Liz, the more exuberant of the 2 dogs, chucks a saliva-coated toy bone at you and waits expectantly. So Liz is the bigger one, and then this is the little one. This is like my sister's dog situation. She has like a very big like hunting dog that is like just a big goofy, just a big good boy. And then like a little like smaller mixed dog. We don't really know what the breed of the dog is, who is like the worst, but we love her. I'm never too busy to give the dogs a good pat. Of course, we had to pet the dogs. You technically have no time to spare, but you've never been able to resist these 2. You toss the toy bone for Liz, then give Kehoe a pat. Liz scampers off happily in search of the bone, and even Kehoe gives you an imperious bark of satisfaction. Nat smiles at you, gaze lingering. Even now, it seems Nat has not quite lost her easy affection for you. This might be an opportune time to mention that Nat also happens to be your ex. I mean, we can be cordial with our ex, you know, like you don't, unless like there was like a cheating situation or something like bad, like an actual bad deed it occurred. Like sometimes you just like fall out of love with someone, and that's okay. If it ends cordially, you can still be friends. But like if you need to not be friends, that's also like a thing that's valid. So we flash back to 4 weeks ago. I also love the background art for this game. I love the style of it, truly. Yeah, okay, so the breakup had been amicable, mature. You'd both simply been moving in opposite directions, or so Nat had put it anyway. So Nat broke up with us, so yeah. You stand in the kitchen of your shared apartment, reeling from all that had been said and left unsaid. The radiator hisses unevenly in the corner, working overtime to fill the silence. Yeah, New York will do that to you. A half-drunk mug of tea sits between you, long since gone cold. You'd sensed that Nat hadn't been happy for a while now, but you hadn't realized that it had gotten this bad. Breakup bad. Nat says we can't keep going on like this. Something sharp and desperate claws at your throat. Are you even happy with me? This is so dark. We're getting this in the demo. I mean, we're just busy and distracted, yeah. Truth is, you'd been so busy with your own career that you'd stopped paying attention to what was happening between you and Nat. Perhaps in some ways, you'd willfully refuse to see the warning signs because you thought your relationship with Nat was too good to fail. See, that's the never think something is too good to fail. You will be eating your own words. The last 4 years, damn, with Nat had been some of the best years of your life. Stupidly, naively, you'd had genuinely expected those good times to last forever. Nat reaches over and takes your hands in hers. Smooth and warm and big-knuckled. I have the fingers of a toddler. My hands are very small, so that is incorrect. Literally, back when I think, did I mention skating? I think I did. Yeah, I did mention skating actually in this demo clip. Back when I skated, I would wear toddler gloves because they were cheaper, and they needed, like, because I was grabbing my blades, you know, like if you've ever watched figure skating, the thing where you grab I did that a lot. I did a lot of blade grab moves. They were like one of my things that I kind of repeatedly did. One of my trump cards, if you will. I brought out the catch foot spirals and stuff a lot. One of my signature things, okay? So I needed gloves that were like fit to my hands if I was gonna wear gloves. And so I would get toddler gloves. I would get the stretchy toddler gloves and they fit like a glove. Anyways, it's a gesture that's so familiar it makes your heart ache. We can try to work it out, but I think we're just gonna do a good silent nod. As much as you wish things had worked out between you, you've lived long enough to know that sometimes things just don't go the way you want them to, which is very true. You know a dead end when you see one. The two of you stare at each other from across the table. The silence stretches between you. You curl your fists, feeling your nails dig deep into flesh. Part of you wants to cling on, but was there anything left to save? Because sometimes you do just have to move on. So we now flash forward to a month after the breakup, which is where we were at. That's like December 23rd. You're still living with Nat in the same tiny apartment. You know, the sooner you move out and move on with your life, the better. You've already packed your things into neatly labeled boxes. So I'm assuming one of the endings for this is probably like you get back together with your ex and you unpack everything and all that. You've been scouring websites for apartments to rent, but New York City rent is sky high, which that is very true, actually. As a late 20-something-year-old without much savings to your name, there just aren't many options. The boxes continue sitting by the door, a reminder of the home you'd built together. I've tried to move on. Unlike my belongings, my feelings have proven a lot harder to pack up and stow away. But we've tried to move on. You see it in Nat's eyes sometimes, moments of weakness where she's unable to hide the way she still feels for you. You, though, steel your resolve. Perhaps you've always been a little too clear-thinking, a little too sober-headed. Sometimes you wish you were more reckless, more wildly optimistic. I feel like this game is actually directly calling me out at this point. Like, that's a hello. Oh yeah, I accidentally, okay. Instead, you merely watch the relationship teeter on its last legs and pragmatically lay it to rest. A car honks loudly. The sound of traffic transports you back to the cold street, breath fogging in the December air. You realize that you've been standing on the sidewalk for at least a minute now. It's beginning to snow, and tiny snowflakes have begun to collect in Nat's hair. We can have a moment, which I kind of do, but also I want to see if we can like speed this along and try to see at least one other of the love interests in this game. So we're going to establish distance. It is a demo, so we can always come back and like actually do the Nat romance line. But you can like really, you can change everything, like every character. So I'm just like, there's so many endings. There has to be, right? You step back, putting enough distance between you and Nat to hopefully prevent yourself from doing anything rash. I would love to do the ending where we end up getting back with the roommate, though. I'm a sucker for a good Yuri. I really am. It doesn't, however, stop the small pang in your heart from building to a dull ache. Not gazing at you like that, you can't help thinking of all the winter days you'd spent together, making angels in fresh snow and sipping hot chocolate by a window. You push the memories away. You're no longer 21, in love and full of hope for the future. So if we got together when we were 21 and we're late 20s now, it's been 4 years, we'd be 25, technically, canonically. Okay, close enough. The space between you seems to crackle, but the silence is a thick layer of hard-packed ice. Ah, I see your metaphor. It's Nat who breaks the silence first, setting Kehoe down next to her. So she says, when's your flight home again? We say it's in 2.5 hours. Awesome, we gotta get to the goddamn airport. With a change of expression worthy of a 60s sitcom, all the color bleeds out of Nat's face. She says, what? Need a lift? Yeah. Nat's always looked out for you in more ways than one. Some things never change. We can joke, we can give her a hug, but I'm just gonna do we can't keep relying on Nat because I do want to try and see what are the next, I want to see the other love interest, or at least one of them. Now that you're no longer dating, you know you can't keep expecting Nat to drop everything for you. We say, I can't ask that of you. And Nat says, it's no problem. What's the point of a holiday if you can't even use it? If you can't even use it to save oh, what happened to her model? Nat falters a little at this, but soldiers on. Oh, jacket's back. I'm gonna assume that's a demo thing. Very clever to have the jacket over the thing, though. I think my phone is broken. I just got a notification that I have 5 minutes because I have a limit for Twitter. I just got a notification that I have 5 minutes remaining for Twitter today, and I just have to tell you guys this because it's very confusing. But I don't even have Twitter open. Like, my phone is locked. I'm recording a video. What? But yeah, housemate in a time of crisis. Oh, she was gonna say girlfriend. The hesitation when Nat said housemate makes your heart constrict. You take a deep, shaky breath and shake your head. It wouldn't be fair to either of you if you keep falling back into old patterns. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. It's like we both need to take a step back here because if we do like the on again, off again thing, it's gonna be painful for both of us. We say thanks for the thought, but I'll be fine. Nat nods, biting her lip. The snow continues to fall and she lost her jacket again. In a couple of hours, the snow will turn to a nasty, squelchy mess. Yeah, that's the sludge. Yeah, sludge. For now, though, it's beautiful. The sort of beauty that's made all the more precious because it won't last. Ain't that a metaphor? You and Nat give each other one last lingering look. The melted slush, oh, it's slush, sludge, what's the difference? Of your unfulfilled happily ever after dreams pooling at your feet. Nat says, enjoy your week back home. And we say, Merry Christmas in advance, Nat. So now we're en route to JFK, which is the airport. Do we want to start skipping ahead just to see as much as we can? I think we're going to start doing skipping. So with, New York's starting to feel like home. Yeah, New York. So we are a day later, on the 24th of December. I'm assuming we're now in Singapore. You wheel your luggage into the lift of your public housing block. Okay. Oh, stick out a hand to stop the door. We had a quick action there. Oh my God. You leap into action, but the lift completely ignores your valiant hand waving. These old no, I did the wrong one. Wait, calmly press the door open button. You reach out and press the door open button. These old lifts have a mind of their, God damn it. I wanted to see who comes in the elevator. The person rushes forward. Oh, the lift door clangs shut around the boot. I gotta give it to him. I don't think I would. I'm not saying that it's attractive, but a second later, the doors jerk back open and the person strolls in, grinning at you. So this is Shay. I'm assuming this is the tenant, because maybe? They say thanks, didn't want to wait for the next lift. Yeah, we'll just jerk both floor buttons. Woman smiles at you, dark eyes, dancing with a music. She's so cool. We do have to do the skip aheads because we're at the 0 minutes mark. But so this is our new neighbor. Okay. Yep, we're neighbors. So maybe next time. I think she was going to introduce us to somebody, but I do want to see the rest of the characters. So this is our mom. She's still mad that we came back for only a week. I'm just going to keep clicking ahead until we get to so this is I'm assuming our brother. Oh, this is our brother. Okay. Yeah, hi. Just going to keep skipping ahead. Tell our family about life in New York. Yeah. So now it's after lunch. I am skipping ahead. Yeah, well, I missed you guys. Yeah. Oh, I'll just tell her we broke up. Because then maybe that'll get me to the next, so there's Shay again. Brief wave before continuing. Because I just want to see everyone at this point. This is Junie, so I'm assuming this is just... Oh, this is our best friend in Singapore. Okay. Oh, so so Chio is our, that's the last one. Okay. We'll just go with the long answer. I need to see the last character. Oh, we have the 8 years ago flashback. Okay. I'm assuming this is probably a younger version of the model. So we can leave the pool party. I want to see, updated. Oh, there's a kiss moment. Okay. I'm going to mess with it. I'm messing with it. So we flash forward then. We did end up kissing him. Okay. Okay. And there's the updated model. So it's the same, just a different outfit. I don't hate it, really. So I think I'm going to call it then. We didn't get that far, but this demo isn't really as structured. So I'm assuming then on the main menu then, these are all the versions of the characters maybe? Because there was kind of 2 versions of everyone, I think. So yeah, I'm guessing it's the same. So this character, so Shay, and then this is the male version of Shay. And then we have our ex, and that's the male version of the ex. And then the middle one is probably the childhood friend. Okay. So we don't have a canon model, but that makes sense. It's an Otome game. That makes sense. I actually really like this though. I wasn't expecting a ton from this one just because it wasn't really on my radar before this. It would be fun to play before the holidays, but I don't have time, quite frankly, because my schedule is packed. But I would like to revisit this one. Is it out? Is this one out yet? I don't think it's out yet. Oh no, it came out December 6th. So it just recently came out. I would like to check. Oh, nope, that demo came out December 6th for the festival probably. The game itself is coming out December of 2026. So I'll just put it on my wish list for now, and definitely we'll check this out next year. I would love to check this out next year in particular. No, that'd be really fun. So we can play this for next year, definitely. That actually works out better. Maybe I'll have more time next year. I always say that I'll have more time next year, but then I never do. But hey, we were festive. We had the Santa hat, right? Santa hat. Look at that, festive, yay! Okay, last game of the video. There's literally so many things I want to roll right now, but I doubt we will for the sole purpose that there's just so many. Okay, last game, 161. Okay, I think that's our first one without a 2 in it. No, I think we had number 8 first, so that's a lie. 161 on the list is going to be an entirely different vibe. What is Devil's Liminal? Did I roll another horror game? I might have. It's a queer visual novel though, so we're still in the same vein of everything we've been doing today. I'm okay with that. This one came out earlier this year, so we got demons. This is just, I'm okay with everything. I'm okay with everything we've rolled today. This is great. Everything I think has been a visual novel. And we're talking Otome visual novel. So interesting video, I guess. All right, this is the horror game, and I have a very strong feeling that I might not be able to change the volume. It's not in preferences, and that scares me. So we'll see how long we last, because this video has definitely been long enough. This is a horror game. It features difficult subjects. Do you wish to continue? I will very quickly flash the content warning on screen. So these are all of them. If anyone is averse to any of these, personally, I kind of have a couple of these actually. Ooh, but I'm usually okay. So this being the end of the video, if you need to tap out now, please do so. Thank you. I will not be hurt if you tap out now. In fact, I would prefer it if any of these things are concerning to you going into this. Cool? Always know your limits. So we'll go new game. It's just a demo dive, so if I want to stop, we can also do that. It has already been decided. What you choose does not matter. Okay, well now that they're like, all right, are we cool? Check your content warnings. You cool? All right, let's get into it. I kind of love that. They're like, are you okay with what's in this game? Now that we know you are, we're going to start getting weird. Except we are in the 1950s. Okay, all right. I'm actually scared. This is the second. Both of these ended with a horror game, by the way. A young man lay in the New York snow. I've also turned my volume down because I get scared easily. Moments before, his face had been smashed in by a tire iron. Okay, well, what a switch up. We went from cute little Christmas romance to this. He could feel the cold on his raw, bruised skin. He swallowed. Some of the lines I will be skipping just to keep this video monetized as much as we can. It was becoming harder and harder for him to breathe. Would he be able to get up and get home? I sure hope so. In this moment, as he tried to ignore the chill climbing up his hands and feet, he thought of his favorite opera. He once managed to sneak in and see it during a Sunday matinee. It opened with an aging man on his deathbed, wondering the value of his work. And in his last moments before death, a demon came to him and promised him a second chance. Isn't that like a Christmas Carol? Did we somehow still end up in like the holiday times? Oh, this is actually kind of creepy. I have the sound up now. Wait, prefs, can I change it? No, is there no way to like lower the sound? Truly? I gotta do it in my OBS? There, I lowered it, so it'll be low enough for both of us, because I don't want anyone to get like audio jump scared. Probably will though, quite frankly. Youth, a new life, and a beautiful young woman. What about the young woman? As the man thought about the opera, he wondered, if these were his last moments, would a demon come to him? Could he ask for a second chance, a new life, the things he could do if he wasn't trapped by money and circumstance? Ain't that the truth? He woke up, so it was a nightmare. With some difficulty, he sat up and brushed the thin layer of snow off himself. The demon never came to him. We flash forward then to the 2000s. So we're in the 1950s. It's 50 years ahead, yeah? June 7th in particular. Sunday night. That's creepy. Margot lay in bed. Oh, is there voice acting? It was weird being back in her old bedroom after 2 years. She hadn't expected how much she would adjust to living in a dorm on the other side of the state, but now it was her home that felt alien to her. She rolled over and examined the art on her walls. Things she had drawn when she was a freshman in high school. Her old art was a little embarrassing to her, but it did serve as a nice reminder of how much she had improved. She would be starting college soon, so dorm on the other side of the state. So I'm assuming then she was at like some sort of private school or something? What would be the actual wording for that? I don't know. I went to public school. She wondered if one day she would be embarrassed by whatever art she made in college too, because I was assuming, oh, she was at college for 2 years, but no, she's still in high school. For now, tomorrow would be her first day at work. She felt incredibly lucky to find a summer internship in her hometown. Internship in high school is also pretty cool, pretty impressive. Apparently, they had been having a hard time finding recent high school graduates who were interested in social work. Oh, I already kind of see where this is going. I see where we're going to end up. They told her it was the job that people were uninterested in, but Margot thought it might be that people wanted to leave town as soon as possible, like she did. And then her phone starts buzzing. The text surprised her. She hadn't told anyone she was home yet. So somebody named Lee says, hey, heard you're back in town. I also was like, a flip phone? But then I thought about it and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, flip phone. Yeah, it's the early 2000s. Want to hang out tomorrow, Lee says. There is some like light voice acting in this. Let's just text later. Margot yawned. It was late anyway. It wouldn't make much of a difference if she texted now or in the morning. Yeah, you know what? I don't like seeming too eager because I like am always on my phone. Or I always have it like in front of me at my desk. So I see it, but like I'll get a notification. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to like seem too eager. Cause like I could respond in 2 seconds, but like if I don't know you well enough, I'm not responding in 2 seconds, you know? Like I don't want to, if I know you well enough, I'm perfectly fine responding in 2 seconds. But with that, she rolled back over and fell asleep. And now it's the next day, June 8th, Monday morning. God, now every little sound I hear, this always happens when you play horror games. I'm like, ah, what is that? The demons. Even though she went to bed pretty early, Margot still felt exhausted when her alarm went off. Been there, done that. You might want to get that checked out, bestie. She lay there for a while, staring at the ceiling, listening to the sound of the news and the television in the living room. After her snoozed alarm went off a second time, she heard her mother knock on the door and walk in. Margot turned to look at her. She says, "Are you up for work?" And Margot says yes, but it is voiced. Margot didn't really move from the bed. She doubted she was convincing. Our mother says, "It's pretty hot out today. Over 110. Welcome to Texas." Oh, Margot is voiced, but I'm probably not going to keep it in, so she asks for a ride to work. And her mom says, "I'm rushing out the door as it is." Margot just agrees. Once her mother stepped back out, she sat up and started rifling around her dresser drawers for an outfit. She wondered what it'd be like to walk to work. It sucks. I've done it. I don't care that it wasn't far from home. It sucks. Margot's work wasn't too far from home. But the Arizona summer heat was oppressive. Okay, so we're in Arizona, which is like 1 over from Texas, so sure. Is it 1 or 2 over? Oh, I can't remember right now. I think it's 2, but same, it's very similar weather. I think the only thing with Arizona is they get more like dust storms, and we don't really get those in Texas. Hot air rippled off the asphalt in the distance. Margot imagined a scene from a Western movie. In the distance, a shape broke the pattern of ripples. There was some sort of heap in the middle of the road. Oh dear, is this a body? Margot narrowed her eyes in an effort to get a better look. What was it? Once she realized she was looking at an animal, she rushed forward. She had only seen a cat outside once before. She knew that they wouldn't survive long in this weather. Okay, so it hasn't been hit? Okay, that's impressive, actually. After leaning over to see that there weren't any injuries, Margot crouched down to see if the cat was still breathing. The cat's belly slowly rose and fell, so the cat is alive. I do have to say the fact that Margot is the only character that's voice acted is like throwing me for a loop a little bit. Also, the fact that I can't change audio settings. So anyways, I'm probably going to cut out the voice acting just because it's easier to edit that way. But Margot says, "I hope I can move her without hurting her." There has to be like a place nearby that we can go to, right? Also, we had a phone. Why don't you call someone? Margot knew at minimum that the cat needed to get out of the road and needed water. In the businesses near her new job, she remembered seeing a veterinarian office. Margot never had a pet before and wasn't sure how the veterinarian office worked. Would they accept walk-ins? Usually, I mean, if you walk in and it's like, "Hey, I found this stray cat that is like dehydrated. Could you do something about it?" I don't think a vet would be like, "Oh no, we're too busy." Like, I think the vet would take the stray cat, you know? Like, at least like as someone who's like had animals and like family friend is a vet, I'm pretty sure they would take the cat. Anyways, she took off her jacket and swaddled the animal, and now we're at work. Margot hurried to work after dropping off the cat at the veterinarian. She was afraid her boss would think it was a lousy excuse for being late to her first day. Fortunately, she seemed to be understanding. The start of the day consisted of orientation for the new summer interns and being shown around the veterans home. Okay, so it was a retirement home for elderly and disabled military veterans. That's understandable. After lunch and meeting more of the staff, the day was almost over, and Margot's new boss waved her over for a chat. This is Erica, and she says, "I noticed your eyes during lunch." What does that mean? Oh, do you have heterochromia? Oh, I guess it is in there. Okay, yeah. That's kind of a weird thing to be like, "Hey, can you come over here? Like, what's up with your eyes?" Like, it's kind of weird, right? But Erica says it's pretty. So Erica asks if we're moving to California for college soon. In August, yeah. She says, "What do your parents think about you moving so far from home?" And Margot says it's fine. Erica says we're brave. Erica stayed in Arizona for college. Erica asks what Margot's studying in school. I am starting to kind of skip ahead a little bit just because like I want to see the actual like meat and potatoes of the game and not just like the exposition. After talking a bit more about the veterans home and the residents, it was time for Margot to head out. So we were now after work, and just as Margot reached the doors in the lobby, she felt her phone vibrate. Lee's asking if we're still free, and the smiley face is throwing me for a loop, so I think we're just going to ignore Lee's text messages. But suddenly she felt a bump and her phone clattered to the ground. And this character is voiced, but the stranger crouched down to pick up Margot's phone, and she handed it back to Margot with a smile. She says, "Don't worry about it. Have a good night." And Margot quickly shook off the embarrassment and got back to texting. I'm saying another time. Lee's confused because we told him we got a job, and he's like, "When did you get a job?" Like, today? With the matter settled, Margot wandered out to the parking lot. "So our mom is here now. What about, whatever. Sure, fine. There was a familiar car." "Oh, our mom says I've been looking everywhere for you. We told you where we would be, yeah? Let's go." I know that, like, questionable parenting was brought up in the content warnings, and I think they're already going in with that. In the car, Margot looked out the window, and she thanks her mom for picking her up. And the mom says, "I can't do this every day, you know." We didn't ask. Like, we asked in the morning. Yeah. Margot says, "I don't remember talking about you picking me up." Yeah, no, we didn't discuss it. We asked if you could drive us to work in the morning, and you said no. And so we're like, okay. We'll walk then. This was never a discussion. Margot's mother stared out ahead at the road. She says, I have work too, you know. No one asked. God. Margot says, we didn't talk about you picking me up. And now it's June 9th, Tuesday morning. We are going to start doing the story skips because we're at the last like minute here. And it's called Devil's Liminal. I want to see the devil. So a phone call jolts her awake, and the veterinarian called Margot for an update about the cat. She was severely dehydrated, but has made a full recovery, which is awesome. The vet didn't find a chip. So Margot, I think, needs to go and pick her up. Margot didn't know what to do now. She couldn't keep a cat. And the vet says normally yes, but we can't find her. Oh, so the cat has just disappeared. All right. The vet says we will still need you to come in to pay for her treatment. That's a bit messed up. I will say that's a bit messed up because any vet I've not been to because I've not brought the dogs to the vet, but any vet that my family has been to, or like I said, family friend is a vet. If you brought in a stray animal, they would have done that for free. Especially because the cat was just dehydrated. You really just need to feed it water or milk or something. Like, especially if it was like brought in by like a teenager with no means to like pay for vet treatment, they would have been like, don't worry about it. Thank you for saving this cat, you know? Then you bring it to the shelter, even though the shelters are crowded. That's kind of just what you have to do with it. But also, actually a similar story happened with one of my family members' pets. They were like a total stray. They got brought into the animal shelter and doing great now. Full recovery. It's the same sort of, like if it's a stray, you don't have to pay for the stray. Girl, what? Why? It's like Reddit, am I the asshole? But like everyone but Margot is an asshole. Everyone just is weird. Yeah, the vet says, either way, her medication costs money. Girl, what? You're a vet. Don't you care about animals? Margot says, I'll pay for it when you find her. That's understandable, sure. Margot hung up and rolled back over to sleep until her alarm went off, and her alarm's gonna go off in like 2 seconds. Watch. Oh, then there was a knock at her door. What now? Mom walks in again and asks if we're up for work. The mom says the same thing. It's pretty hot out today, over 110. That's the same thing from, same as yesterday. And this time our mom asks if we want to ride. You know what? Sure. Mom sighs. You really need to learn how to drive. Well, I mean, if you I'm assuming, because she said she was in like a dorm on the other side of the state, so she was sent to some weird private school. So you can't really learn how to drive at the weird private school, you know? Like, you're gonna drive across the state and teach me how to drive at the weird private school? I didn't think so. So we're gonna be organizing documents at work. And then the girl who bumped into us yesterday is back. Oh, so this is not another employee, because I was gonna be like, I feel like if I wore this outfit to a job, it would slay, but I would immediately get fired. But she's looking for her grandmother's room. I'll sit with her at lunch, sure. I don't know where this is. I just want to see the demons. There was a line about like deja vu. Oh, I can't skip ahead, so we got the demons. What is this? Did I get demons? I think we got demons. Margot knew she was asleep, but she still felt present, aware. Oh, liminal. Like, well, liminal, would that be like lucid? No, lucid dreaming is the one where you're like awake but not. Okay, yeah, lucid dream. This is a lucid dream. She had read about them before, but she couldn't remember if she had ever had one before. She sat up in her bed. How funny. The first time she has a lucid dream, and it takes place in her bedroom. Okay, so this was the other character on like the key art. A girl sat at the foot of Margot's bed. It is voiced, but I am going to just read it to make it easier on me on the editing. She says, listen. She didn't recognize her. The girl says, I need your help. She says she's trapped, and that she's going to show us how to help her. And then it goes dark again. It's still dark. June 10th. Wednesday morning. Margot woke up groggy. She wondered why she rarely felt rested and awake in the morning. That might be the chronic illness. For me, it's the chronic illness. Oh, the cat! It's back! Wait, is the girl the cat? Bet. The girl is the cat. The random dream girl? She looked up to see a cat curled up in the corner of her bed. She was the same one from earlier in the week. The cat that the veterinarian somehow lost. That's a magical cat, bestie. So the mom, I think, is gonna end up seeing the cat. Yeah, mom didn't see the cat. Okay. Oh, the cat disappeared. All right, well, okay. I don't know how to, oh, okay. I mean, I guess we can hit a save. We'll go back to main menu. I think this is the game of the video that I don't really know how I feel about it. I just think it's not really my vibe, personally. And also, look, listen, some of the content wordings also make me think it's probably gonna end up not being my vibe, but that's okay. We had 3 out of 4 that were really good today, so that's totally fine. Yeah, I think this one for me is gonna be a skip, but the style is very interesting. I will say that, but I think this one's gonna be a skip for me. That is officially going to be it for this very long demo dive. I really hope I can get this edited by Monday. I recorded this on Saturday night, I don't know how this is gonna work out, bestie. Hopefully it goes up in time, but just know I had a lot of fun with this video and a lot of fun with the festival overall. We still have tons of stuff to cover from this event, and we will get to it eventually, just not today. My schedule was a bit too packed, unfortunately. I think the timing kind of got me because this took place the same week as the Game Awards, which I also was a co-streamer for. So it's just a little bit too crazy, a little bit too much, just a little bit. And also I meant to record things last week, but I got sick the first week of the month. So there was that as well. So hey, it is what it is. We do what we can. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much once again to Studio FOF for having me as a co-streamer, even though I'm not a streamer. If you are willing to have me and my silly little videos come back next year, I would be grateful. If you are doing this next year, I hope you are. But if you like this video, make sure to give me a like down below, as well as subscribe for more and hit the little notification bell to be notified when I upload new ones. Also, if you like this video, make sure to check out the games featured, as well as all the games for the festival. Even though the festival's over by now, you probably can still check out the Steam page and you can still get some games. You can always get games. That is true. But as always, I hope everyone out here is having a super lovely day wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys!